The component to this moment is a lie. Shut the door on it and just go ahead and fly. Get the vibe of desire and faith. Put them in your mental space. Always tell yourself to soar when the silence starts to roar. Elevate your broadcasts with pride and aspirations. Your desires are visible to your inner creation. Do, believe, soar, be. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Poet Minor Podcast. I'm your host, Poet Minor. Today's topic is of Phoneix Rising, and my special guest today to talk about the topic is Teresa Phillips, host of Phoneix Rising, Wisdom of the Heart podcast, and voiceover artist. Welcome to the show, Teresa.
Thank you, Poet. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's start off with a little bit of background about you. You had 2 traumatic experiences in your life, and you shared with me earlier how you had a support system to get through that. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, I was raped twice, once at 21 and then once by my then husband. That isn't easy to go through at the best of times. Both relationships I walked out of. It's difficult if you don't have a support system. I was blessed both times that my family was still together, and they just closed ranks around me. They reminded me of who I was, what I was, that I didn't deserve any of this. And it took them 2 years the first time to even pull me out, because I wouldn't talk to anybody, not even my own brother. And it took them 2 full years to pull me back out. But their love did it. And the same thing, well, it wasn't 2 years, but Mom knew something was up. I wouldn't tell her until I got away from my ex-husband, when she found out. She was understandably livid. She's going, I hope you're not planning on going back. I said, no, Mama, I don't want to wind up coming home in a cardboard box this time. I don't want to come home in a box.
Your support system was your family. Did you have any outside support as well?
No, it was just my family. I just relied on them. I didn't go to any counseling or anything like that. We didn't have the resources to do that, so basically I relied on them.
Wow. And once you got through that and your life shifted, you went into volunteering at the radio station or something like that?
Well, yes, ma'am. It's been quite a few years, but yes, I've been volunteering at KWVH, Wimberley Valley Radio, since October of last year. I enjoy what I'm doing. Right now, I'm learning radio production as it pertains to the production of radio shows. I also have some vignettes that will start airing. I believe they told me July the 15th. It's the Positive Life Moment with Teresa. I'm doing all the production. I'm doing it from start to finish. And it's really interesting because I do have a background in voiceover, but not quite the way a radio station would do it. And I've learned a lot, and I'm still learning a lot from my teacher, Tani, who's also my best friend. She was the one that got me on there, because I'd been wanting to go on to work in radio since I was a teenager, but I never got the chance. Now I do. And it's fun just to remember, okay, this, and this, and the direct order that you have to do it in. But it's really interesting. It keeps me engaged, and I know that the content I'm producing, it needs to be heard. It does need to be heard. The first vignette up is going to be actually a quote from Napoleon Hill. It goes like this: "Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Napoleon Hill. That's basically the way it does. It has a positive life moment with Teresa in the front, and a positive life moment with Teresa in the back end. But that's one of the first ones that's going to be coming up.
Okay. And how can we hear it? Can we tune in on
I would have to. I don't know exactly when they're going to air. They're giving me an air date starting 15th of July. If somebody wants to contact me for that information, or I can, it would be on kwvh.org when it starts airing, but right now they're not airing yet.
Okay, great. Now in your teenage years, you said you had a deep desire for music and singing, and the flame of that
Yes, ma'am.
desire went out. And then you started
Yeah,
taking care of your father, and he helped you get that flame lit again.
he did.
Tell
He
me about
did.
that.
He did. Well, I was a really sensitive child. I'll preface it with this. I was a very sensitive child growing up, and I didn't have the courage or the guts to stand up to people. I had been playing flute and piano for a couple of years when we moved up here after mom and dad divorced. I won all state band, but the band director refused to let me have the seat because he said I was too immature. I just stopped playing flute right there.
Wow.
I just, but the thing of it is, in a way, that taught me something. You know, I'm going to have to learn to stand on my own 2 feet and get more to the point of, okay, I don't think you're right.
Speak up for yourself.
But I stopped playing flute, and I had been playing drums and guitar and stopped that as well. Dad contacted me. We've been down here now in Texas 6 years. Dad contacted me. He was having a problem with one of his caregivers, a bad problem. And I told him, I said, Dad, it will take me 2 weeks to get down here. I can't just drop everything and go.
Mhm.
You know, we've got stuff we've got to dispose of. So we moved down here. And he and I were talking. And I finally told him what happened. Because he didn't know anything about it, really. I
Oh.
told him about it. And then, he said something strange. He said, Diane, I want you to go back. I want you to start taking your lessons again. I want to hear you start singing again. That brings me so much joy. And I didn't realize how much it really did until he passed. And this was extremely hard for me to do. He loved hearing me sing, play guitar. I tried to do it as much as possible for him. The day of the funeral, Doug, my father's attorney and best friend, he said, Diane, I want to tell you something. Family calls me Diane. But he said, I want to tell you something. You gave your daddy 2.5 years, the best years of his life. He said he was excited when you came down. He was excited when you started taking music lessons. I mean, Dad handed it all back to me. I
Awesome.
mean, he made sure I had time from caregiving duties to go sing, to go, go take my lesson, and he wanted me to sing for him. Well, it turns out the other caregivers that knew me knew that I sang and played, wanted me to do a final service for him. I didn't know that I could do it. I was so torn up. And I remember talking with Dawn, the head caregiver. I said, this is the last thing I can do for him. So I went ahead and did. I composed a song called Walking, that it sounds like a man and a child walking. It's totally acoustic, but I haven't been able to play that since the day of his funeral. But he gave me that back with open hands. And I do remember something he said before he died. He said, Diane, I want you to promise me something. Don't give up on your music again. So I won't, and I haven't. I mean, I'm still taking lessons now. I'm not gonna give up on that. I can't. That's too much of my lifeblood.
Yeah, that's awesome. Will that song Walking be online or at some point where we can hear?
At some point, I had said that I wouldn't finish it, but I am gonna finish it. I'm getting a nudge probably from him going, look, finish it. It's been 6 years, Diane. Come on, finish it for me. So yeah, once I get it completely done, I will put it on my website, which is goldenphoenixvoiceworks.com.
Okay. Can you say that one more time, please? Your website?
Sure. It's Golden Phoenix Voiceworks, WERX, at goldenphoenixvoiceworks.com.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Now, you also are a member of the Napoleon Hill Institute mentorship program, right? The self-discipline mentorship program.
Yes.
How did you find Napoleon Hill
Mm.
Institute, or did it find you?
I think it was a little bit of both because what I was doing up until that present point back in October, which is when I started taking the self discipline, what I was doing wasn't working, plain and simple. I mean, I had tried everything, and I don't exactly remember the same how I got started with them. I think I saw it and I started going on the free call. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It looked interesting, and I'm like, let's try something different. You've tried stuff for years, and this has been the first thing that worked because I have actually changed a great deal in 6 months, and I'm still changing. I'm more solid, more rooted in myself. I'm not letting worry get me all the time. I still backslide, but it's a lot of things I've learned about myself that I'm stronger. I'm stronger than I know. But
Yeah.
you never know how strong you are. It's like an old saying goes, you never know how strong a tea bag is until you have to put it in hot water. Or some variation of that saying.
Yeah, so are you going to continue on with the program since you've seen yourself shift
Yes,
your
I'm still right. I've still got about 4 months left in my program right now, so I'm still gonna continue with it.
Okay, great. Tell
Okay,
us about your Phoenix Rising Wisdom of the Heart podcast.
sure. This has been laid on my heart since I'd say about March. I had already gotten started on the requisition for the A Positive Life Memo with Teresa, and then the divine just laid it on my heart. Look, this needs to be separate from the radio station. It needs to be on YouTube. It needs to be, and my mentor Liz Ring, I had talked with her about that as well. I'm still in the process of getting those together. I already know what the first three are going to be. The first one is going to be about self discipline. How self discipline isn't an act of punishment, it's an act of self love.
Mhm.
And then self confidence is something else. I mean, we're self confidence, and the third one would actually be self love. We're not taught how to do this. And basically, I'm just going to go from my heart. I'm not going to script it. I'm just going to go from my heart and just, for the first three. And then I'm probably going to start having guests on there. But the first three are just going to be me solo.
Mhm. Yeah. Do you think that even though you had those, excuse me, those traumatic experiences, oh, sorry about that. Do you think that even though you had those traumatic experiences, that this goodness came somewhere out of it? You doing the radio show?
Yes, I know for a fact it did. I know for a fact it did because I wasn't going to stay down. I know that, yeah, I was broken. We all get broken. I don't know of a human being walking this planet who hasn't been. But if I can show somebody that, yeah, you can transform your circumstances, you can get over that, you can make a life of yourself, regardless of what the naysayers tell you, you can do it.
Yes.
I did it. Not once, not twice, but I'd say about 4 times in my 61 years. So if I can do it, someone else can too.
Absolutely. You ever think about being a coach, a Napoleon Hill Institute coach?
I haven't yet. I'm leaving my options open for that, but I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to close the door. There's too many beautiful opportunities coming up, so I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to do it because who knows? This could be another way. Besides the music, the voiceover, the radio, the podcast. This could be another way. I mean, who am I to limit the divine?
Yes. Yes. Well, I love that you can take something that you went through, pull out of it the good stuff, and then take that and then share it with humanity. That I really like. And I like that you're not giving
Well,
up. I like that you got your voice back and you got your power back and you're showing other people that they could also do it.
they certainly can. They certainly can.
Could you leave us with some words of encouragement for the people out
All
there
right.
who may be sitting on the sideline thinking,
I'm
oh,
gonna I'm gonna give you one of my quotes from the Positive Life Moment with Teresa. Be like that little train that could. Attitude determines your altitude.
awesome. Thank you so much, Teresa, for taking the time out to be here on the podcast. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it, and you're more than welcome on mine once I get it up and running.
Absolutely.